All right, ready to dive in. Today we're tackling Huawei networking tech.
Specifically the H12-323 V2.0-ENU exam.
Yeah, the one that certifies you as a Huawei Pro.
HCIP level, yeah,
Yeah.
focusing on all things networking.
So I know exams, who finds those fun?
Right,
But honestly, these practice questions we're going through, they're surprisingly interesting.
definitely.
It's like getting a peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, how networks really work.
Exactly, like leveling up your tech knowledge, right?
For sure.
Okay, first question throws us right into the Cloud Campus app.
That's a good one, yeah.
Seems essential, really, for any network admin.
Oh, absolutely.
And it tries to trick you a bit about the speed test function.
Ah, yeah, the download speed thing.
Yeah, like it only does downloads.
But that's not the whole story, right? You need both.
Oh, so upload to
Upload and download's got to see both sides.
like checking traffic flow in both directions?
Exactly. It's like a two-way highway.
Makes sense. So like if my upload's slow, that's why video calls are bad.
Could be, yep.
Huh. Never thought of it that way.
And the Cloud Campus app does even more. It's got Wi-Fi detection, terminal check,
Oh, wow.
network diagnosis, you name it.
So like a complete health check for your network.
Exactly. Especially important these days with,
Wi-Fi being as vital as oxygen.
couldn't agree more.
Okay, on to question 2, we're talking wireless access controllers now.
WAC.
WACs, right? And they've got this quirk with the 4.9G band.
Yeah, it's usually not enabled, even though you can change other settings.
But isn't more bandwidth always good?
You'd think so, right? But it's not that simple.
Oh, okay.
Think of it like, highway lanes. Sometimes some are closed.
For construction or accidents.
Yeah, and 4.9G, it's often about regulations.
Oh, okay.
Different countries, different rules, plus potential interference.
So it's not just about having the lanes, it's keeping them clear.
Exactly, optimizing what you have.
Gotcha. Okay, question 3. This is hitting home for anyone in a crowded cafe right now.
Battling for bandwidth.
Totally. It's about connection admission control, CAC, to manage users.
Yeah, and the misconception that it's only about bandwidth.
But it's not.
Not always ideal, especially if everyone's doing the same thing online, streaming, or video calls.
So how it's used matters too.
Big time. CAC has to adapt. That's a traffic cop.
Okay.
Directing cars based on, real-time conditions.
Not just how wide the road is.
Precisely.
So even with enough bandwidth, it can get overloaded.
That's right. And there are other CAC options, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like based on number of users or even signal strength.
Wow, it's way more complex than I thought.
It is. It's a delicate balance for sure.
All right, question 4 takes us into traffic analysis.
Campus Insight.
Yes, Campus Insights, seeing what's using your bandwidth.
You need to enable Service Awareness Collection, though.
SS?
Yeah, SAC. It's like giving Campus Insight superpowers.
So it can see everything that's happening.
Exactly. Who's using what apps, how much data.
Makes sense, like knowing your biggest energy hogs at home.
Exactly. Helps you manage things better.
Right, right. Okay, question 5, guest access security.
Important stuff.
Especially for businesses, right?
And home networks, too. You don't want just anyone on.
So this one highlights portal authentication as best practice.
It's like a virtual bouncer for your network.
Okay, so guests get a login page, keeps things secure.
Exactly.
But isn't a password simpler?
Yeah, but risky. Portal authentication balances security and ease of use.
So control without being too complicated.
Exactly.
Makes sense. Okay, back to WACs. Question 6 and this cloud deployment thing.
Plug and play.
Plug and play, yeah, sounds like a dream.
It really is.
Who likes configuring networks anyway?
No one. And what's cool is how WAC uses LODP protocol.
Okay, now you're losing me, LODP.
Think of it like devices talking to each other
All right.
to figure out the best way to connect.
So like a network chat room.
Kind of. It lets WAC find the right management VLAN,
Which is?
like a dedicated lane for network control traffic.
Ah, okay, so it's all about automation, less human error.
Exactly. Smoother setup, happier admins, happy users.
I like it. Anything to simplify tech.
Absolutely.
Okay, question 7. This one's a bit of a head scratcher at first.
The NW to DBM conversion.
Yeah, like back to physics class.
But it's about signal strength, really.
DM, right.
Right. It's how we measure that strength.
But why should I care?
Well, think of DBM as a Wi-Fi signals, like a strength meter.
Okay.
Higher the number, the better your connection. Helps you troubleshoot dead zones.
Ah, so I can actually use this information.
You bet. Avoid interference. Get the strongest signal.
Makes sense, like wanting good water pressure, gotta keep things flowing.
Exactly. Strong signal, smooth sailing online.
Okay, on to MIMO. Question 8. Multi-input, multi-output. Sounds fancy.
It is pretty cool.
But what does it actually do?
Imagine a highway with multiple lanes. That's MIMO for data.
Using multiple antennas to send data on different paths.
Exactly. And those are called spatial streams.
So more streams, faster data flow.
Like having a data superhighway.
Exactly. And a 4x3 MIMO system, like in the question, has 3 streams.
That's right.
Okay, so basically, smoother streaming, faster downloads, less buffering.
That's the goal.
It's like the difference between a smooth ride and being stuck in traffic.
I like that analogy.
All right, question 9, AP placement. This is something everyone's experienced.
Oh, yeah. Who hasn't had spotty Wi-Fi?
It says, don't put access points near elevators or stairwells.
Yeah, metal's the culprit there.
It interferes with the signal.
Big time. Plus, all the movement in those areas
Doors opening, people going up and down.
disrupts the signal even more.
I always lose signal in the elevator.
It's a classic Wi-Fi dead down.
So planning really matters.
It does. You got to think about the layouts, sources of interference.
Can't just plug in a router and hope for the best.
Definitely not. Take the time to plan it out.
Okay, last one, question 10, WIN planner.
A virtual architect for your Wi-Fi.
Love it. And this rotation mode, you can actually explore your building in 3D.
You got it? See how the signal propagates before you even install anything.
So experiment with placements, avoid those dead zones ahead of time.
That's the idea. Informed decisions, less frustration later.
Okay, that's it for part 1 of our Huawei deep dive.
Phew. Some great insights from these questions. Really interesting. It's been a pleasure.
Hope you learned something new, gained a new perspective.
And maybe, just maybe, sparked some curiosity about how it all works.
It's about that magic behind the screen.
Exactly.
Thanks for joining us. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and keep exploring the amazing world of tech. See you, E2?